Hi, welcome to RCKicks. On today's show, where we finally get back to the PR Racing PRS1RM. Yes, I know it's been a couple of months and you've been waiting for this one, but I put the electronics in it to take it to the track and they gave me loads of trouble.
Hey mate, how you doing? Totally died. Oh, back again. Hasn't worked. No. No. Oh, come on.
So I didn't want to put that footage on the video as it's got nothing to do with the car, it was actually the electronics. But I finally managed to get some new electronics in it. I had to wait till I go racing again, but I finally got some footage. So in this video, we're going to paint up the body, fit the electronics and take it to the track and run it around and see how it gets on. So if you haven't seen the previous videos of these, I've done an unboxing and a chassis build of this one. I'll put a link up here, go check that out. Right, I think that pretty much covers everything and we're back up to speed, so let's crack on and get this one done. Now, from the last video, we left it with the body cut out, but it wasn't painted up, nor was the rear wing. So now that's what we're going to do. I've got to sand round the edges, and then we're going to try and use liquid mask again. Now, I'm not holding up much hope that I'm going to pull this one off, as I'm still using the same liquid mask that I failed with last time. Really, I should try a main brand, see if that actually improves things, as well as put it on a lot thicker, which is what I'm going to try and do now. So I put down 3 really thick coats with a paintbrush. I will try and airbrush it at some point, but I wanted it to be nice and thick, as last time I tried this it was too thin. Then I penned out the design that I wanted to go with, and once I started cutting it out with a scalpel I realised, yeah, it's just total garbage. So I'll go back to doing the masking for this one, and then I'll buy some proper main brand stuff and try again. So I just went for basically black along the back. I was playing around with trying to do like tear marks to see whether I could actually do some of those. Now, after I went round and scalpeled round the drips, actually it wasn't too bad. I was reasonably happy with it and I think I would do it again. But since this video, I actually have picked up some pre-cut ones that I'm going to try again with, which I think would be even better. Now, one thing I think I should have done was actually edge the drips. If you look here, you can see the black and the blue. It needs a contrast between the two of them. So next time I'll do a drip, then I'll do an edging line in a vibrant color, then back it in the black. I think that would improve it.
So we're out with the PR Racing and we're at the skate park. But before you panic, no, I'm obviously not going to take this around the skate park. I'm just bringing it out to test it, as I put some new electronics in it and I wanted to confirm it's going to work as it should do before we go racing.
So there you go, the shakedown went rather well and I had no issues with the electronics. So now I know that when I take it racing, I'm actually going to be able to get you some footage, which I did. So let's see how we got on. Now, believe it or not, I'm running a cheap brushed motor and a very basic ESC that came from a Tamiya kit. I just needed to get it up and running, and I didn't want to rip loads of electronics off of something else. And as you can see, it handles pretty well. It's actually very nimble, and it was turning in really sharply. And I was actually running another buggy at this event, and that was very different, so I did struggle with jumping from one to the other. So in some of the footage you'll see I'm turning in way too fast and clipping corners. That's just because I'm going from one car to the other. Because of all the modern underpinnings, this is a really good one for a younger person getting into RC who likes the look of the vintage buggies. I was really impressed with it, and I'd spent no time trying to dial this car in. What you're seeing is actually straight out of the box pretty much. The shocks, I really like those. They behaved brilliantly, and the car had loads of front end bite, so it was turning in way more than what I was used to. So just by dialing down the steering on the transmitter, I think I could have got this so much better. But overall, I was really impressed, and I can recommend this. So there you go, there's just a quick look at the PR Racing PRS1RM. Now, what do I honestly think about it? I really liked it. I think you've got a real fusion between modern buggies. The shocks on it are lovely. They really do feel more modern, as well as the actual chassis. So you've got the modern side covered, especially if you're going to take it racing, and then you've got the vintage looks. So a brilliant fusion, especially at this price point, I was really happy with. If I was going to buy one of the three, the Genova, the Dirt Master, or this one, which one would I go with? Well, depends on looks, but I think they're all kind of... I'd say the Genova's probably my favourite looking one. This one's close second, and then the Dirt Master I think is third, mainly because the rear spoiler looks a bit naff, but I've seen it change to be higher and it looks much better. Anyway, I digress. If you're going to take it racing, I would probably recommend this one over the other two. Now, the reasoning behind that is straight out the box, this is the best one. Definitely at the track, especially with the suspension. The suspension on this is really, really nice. The Genova is a close second, but you've got to spend more money on it, upgrading all the suspension to get close to this one. So you might as well get this. Then the Dirt Master, I think, is the third one in my list. But if you're going to be just driving around in the garden, well, it's personal choice, really. A massive thanks to Model Tune for sponsoring this video and giving me a coupon code that is RCKicks at checkout, which could save you 5%. So if you're interested in checking out the PR Racing, as they are the UK distributor of it, as well as they do tons of other stuff, head over there. I'll put a link in the description. And if you use RCKicks at checkout, you can save yourself 5% as well as help out the show. Thanks so much. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.